Hi, I'm Caden Gist, and today I'll be talking about whether or not patients with PTSD should be able to use marijuana legally. According to drugpolicy.com, in November of 2012, recreational marijuana was legalized by Colorado and Washington. Since then, 7 states have legalized recreational marijuana, and 20 more are in the process of doing so as well. There are many pros and cons to this issue. However, I personally believe that it should be legalized for patients with PTSD. So you may find yourself asking, what is PTSD? According to psychiatry.org, post traumatic stress disorder is a psychiatric disorder that can occur in people who have experienced or witnessed a traumatic event, such as a natural disaster, a serious accident, a terrorist act, war or combat, rape, or any other violent personal assault. People with PTSD have disturbing thoughts and feelings related to their experience that last long after the traumatic experience has affected them. They may relive the event through flashbacks or nightmares. They may get sad, feel fear or anger, and they may even feel detached or estranged from other people completely. People with PTSD may avoid situations that remind them of the traumatic event at all, and they may have strong negative reaction to something as ordinary as a loud noise or someone accidentally touching them. So, let's talk a little bit about diagnosis. Intrusive thoughts such as repeated involuntary memories, distressing dreams, or flashbacks of the traumatic event. Flashbacks may also be so vivid that people that are reliving the traumatic experience or seeing it before their eyes. If they are avoiding reminders of the traumatic event, it may include avoiding people completely, places, activities, objects, situations that bring on distressing memories. People may try to avoid remembering or thinking about the traumatic event, and then may resist talking about what happened or how they feel about what happened. Negative thoughts and feelings may include ongoing or distorted beliefs about oneself or even other people. Like, no one can be trusted is a great example of that. They may feel that way about everyone because they thought they trusted someone and then they were hurt by that person. So, through these traumatic events, some things can happen. They can have ongoing fear for the rest of their life. They can experience horror, or like I said earlier, get anger, or maybe even be guilted or shamed because of the event. They always have much less interest in activities that they previously enjoyed, or they feel detached or estranged from others, just like I said earlier. Usually, people that are going through PTSD separate themselves from other people because they feel like the event will either occur again or they'll cause a traumatic event again. Okay, so now we move on to, does marijuana help with PTSD? So, a recent study published in Molecular Psychiatry showed that treatment using particular compounds found in marijuana may benefit people with PTSD, and that plant-derived cannabinoids, which are psychoactive chemicals such as marijuana, may possess some benefits in individuals with PTSD by helping relive haunting nightmares and other symptoms of PTSD. Research published on Science Daily also looked at symptom reduction in patients with PTSD. As a result of taking medical marijuana, patients reported a decrease in re-experiencing the trauma, less avoidance of situations that reminded them of the trauma, and a decline in hyperarousal. In an interview with Trauma and Mental Health Report, Diana Donnelly, a counselor and patient of the Canadian Cannabis Clinic, described her experience. I'm a patient who legally uses cannabis for depression. The cannabis helps me mute or lower my negative chatter, which allows for good thoughts and feelings to arise. One veteran, a friend of mine who recently started using marijuana instead of prescription medication for PTSD, said that with the cannabis, he can feel his emotions and experience them properly and safely. Before, he felt numb. So, like I've stated previously in this speech, there are many reasons why marijuana can help with patients with PTSD, and PTSD is something to be taken very seriously. It's obviously a huge issue. PTSD is caused a lot by military members, people that serve our country, and I feel as though whenever they come back, we shouldn't have to take care of them. So I feel like marijuana should be legalized for them in order to take care of this disease, I guess you could say, this syndrome. And so now it's up to you whether or not cannabis should be legalized for those dealing with PTSD. I hope after hearing these situations and these symptoms and what these people go through on a daily basis, you'll continue to look more into this in depth, and you'll consider the legalization of marijuana for PTSDs. And I hope that you'll continue to support them.